the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A partly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Partly sunny. Some folks on the cloudy side. It looks as though northern Michigan, a few more clouds. Southern Michigan, a few more clouds. But right where we are, we've got a little bit of sun, and we're going to hang on to it. A little here, a little there, a few clouds here, a few clouds there. But one nice thing about the weather today, it's warm. Really warming up nicely right now, Jonathan Dent. What are we looking at?
Well, let me make sure I've got it right. Right now, out at the airport, 67 degrees. Downtown Midlands at 68 with mostly sunny skies. Here at Radio Center, 69 degrees, almost at that 70-degree mark. Southwest winds for right now at 14 miles per hour.
Yeah. So a little bit more wind than what we have been seeing. It looks as though, for the most part, we're going to have a breeze going through the day. The big news is, obviously, it's going to be changing direction. You said, where are we? Southwest right now?
Yep.
Yeah, and eventually we're going to be more northwest, and then north, and then northeast.
Turning all the way around.
All the way around. Stand in one place, and it'll turn for you.
Yep.
And then tonight, with clear skies, we're not going to have much of a breeze at all. And temperatures right around 40 degrees. A little bit more in the way of, well, maybe a few clouds here and there, but I think clearing as we go through the nighttime hours. And then tomorrow, we're going to have a mostly sunny day, but you won't know. The sun isn't really going to help us all that much tomorrow because we're going to struggle to hit 60 degrees, as we mentioned yesterday. And then tomorrow night, we'll drop down probably about 37, 38 degrees. If you got frost the other night, the chances are you'll probably see a little bit of it again on Wednesday night. But then as we go through the day on Thursday, temperature is going to warm up a little bit more with, again, sun. Very little, if any, chance of precipitation. And Jonathan, I had quite a few farmers yesterday afternoon and early evening last night, either bumping into them and talking to them or calling me and just say, okay, when's the next shot of rain?
Mm-hmm.
Warm rain, especially. And it looks like we're going to have to wait until Friday night, maybe at the earliest. Our chances of precipitation will be better late Friday night and during the day on Saturday. But we're not talking a whole lot of moisture with these rain showers that will be moving through if you get one at all. And right now, there's a 50-50 chance your back porch won't see any rain, even through Saturday. Long-range outlook, we're talking all the way through the 29th of the month, below average precipitation.
Yeah.
But the temperature is going to begin to work their way up. As I said, once we get into the second half of the week and then the weekend, temperatures will be pretty close, if not above normal. And then that week before Memorial Day, we're going to be looking at above average on the temperatures. But again, below average as far as the moisture goes. What's average? Well, 69 in the afternoon and 48 at night. So nice weather. We've been spoiled rotten with some of these nice days. So it's not going to be quite that nice until we get into that week before, and we're really looking for the temperatures to warm up rather nicely. Record high in this state, incidentally, is 90. That was set back in 1962. The record low, 32, set in 1952. And a year ago today, our high was 75, our low was 54. We had, maybe 1 to 1/100ths of an inch of precipitation a year ago. And for the month of May a year ago, as of the first 15 days, we had better than 8.5 of precipitation altogether. Figures out this year so far about 57/100ths of an inch. So, yeah, we're low. We should be, by the time the month is all done, we should be looking at about 3¼ inches of rain. So the chances are not very good. We're going to come even close to what's normal for precipitation here for the month. So newly planted crops, obviously take advantage of whatever soil moisture you have. And according to the latest crop progress report, only about 4 to 5% of the land is rated poor to very poor when it comes to moisture. And I have had some folks tell me that the ground that they're working on right now is not anything like what it worked up maybe 20, 25 days ago. More than one pass to get that ground fit for planting.
Oh.
And in some cases, it has been a little greasy. So that's all a function, again, of warmer soil temperatures, and then those soil temperatures really drop down. Matter of fact, I was looking at soil temperatures right now, 50, 52, 53 degrees at the 2-inch level, which should be okay. But we had soil temperatures in the upper 50s not all that long ago and dropped back down into that mid 40 degree, if not lower than that, at the 2-inch level. So you have soil temperatures that regress like that. And again, no frost really at all over the winter. The soil just has a mind of its own, and it's in some soil textures, it doesn't work up very well. So farmers are taking a look at that and saying, okay, it's 16th of the month. We're not under the crunch. We really don't have to rush this, but it would be kind of nice if we're working out in this part of the area to get all the ground worked up and put some soybeans in and some corn in before we leave. Well, in some cases, it's not working out that well, very well at all. 78 degrees is our projected high. As Jonathan said, we're well on our way for that. 40 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 8:55, rise tomorrow morning at 6:10. Sunshine tomorrow, but a northeast breeze. It's not going to be all that bad, really. Maybe 8 to 10 miles per hour. That's going to be it. But it's coming out of the northeast, and our high temperature of 58. So it's really going to feel cold. 39 for a low tomorrow night. High pressure over the Upper Peninsula, the reason why we're getting what we will be getting tomorrow. Then moving into Thursday, mostly sunny skies. We'll have a south breeze, so that's going to really help. 70 is our projected high for Thursday. Then on Friday, middle 70s, 75, 76 degrees with partly cloudy skies to start. The chance of precipitation will increase late in the day on Friday and overnight on Friday night. 52 for a low on Friday night, but widely scattered shower activity. Saturday, still scattered shower activity, 68 for a high, 50 for a low. And then Sunday looks to be mostly sunny skies, 72 for a high, 45 for a low. Then on Monday with partly cloudy skies, it's going to cool down just a little bit. But I still think we'll hit pretty close to 70 degrees. 39 in Caro this morning. Lapeer looking at 39. Everybody else looking a little bit warmer than that. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by.
We'll be talking with Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. He'll take us through our market report here today on Tuesday, and then we'll get those cash grain prices from MAC and Breckenridge. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today has been brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment. If you've ever wondered why they call the farm all the Farmall tractor. Well, there's so many things that it can do: baling, cutting hay, feeding, hauling, loading, pulling, raking, cleaning the barn, mixing feed, fertilizing, mowing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, furrowing, cultivating, hitching, digging, emergency towing. We've seen a little bit of that. Harrowing, hoisting, leading parades. Yeah, take a look in another 30 days. You'll see a few of them. Excavating, grading, the list goes on and on, because you're looking at a horsepower range of anywhere from 35 to 140 horses. And Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth knows that getting the job done starts with choosing the right Farmall. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farmall Series tractors. You're going to find the right fit for your operation, from the value-packed Compact Farmall A to the Deluxe Compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. And right now, they've got some pretty good financing opportunities available for you. 0% interest for up to 60 months. Or if you pay cash, you're going to get a discount. So check it out with the folks at Weiss Equipment, because remember, no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farmall. Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Doug, looks like a little bloodletting on the Board of Trade here.
And to make matters worse, I have no idea what they did to the price of gasoline yesterday, but that was a little bit of a shocker.
Atrocious.
Running up 50 plus cents.
Atrocious.
Like tap of a finger.
Atrocious.
Really
and the candy bars didn't go down.
Well, you'd think there's some, give a little, take a little, but
yeah,
apparently it's all take when you're under the form of government we're under lately. But yeah, a lot of red. The dollar's up a little bit, but not really significant. Everything is down except for natural gas, and that's kind of sort of coming off, sort of a dead cat bounce there. So I don't even know what to tell you on that one. I heard that in Texas, one of the hubs that was reporting negative natural gas pricing again. So we're back into that goofiness again. Home Depot had their earnings, and they were abysmal, and that just goes back to losing money on inventory, really, because as I mentioned before, lumber is down 80% in 2 years. So they're probably holding on to a little higher priced inventory, and people are going like, well, I can wait, a month or 2 or 3 to build my house, seeing mortgages are up in price, cost so much. So I don't know. Just negative today. Maybe the debt ceiling will get solved and everybody will go home happy today. But there's just a lot of things putting negative pressure on everything.
There's a better chance of rain this afternoon than that's going to happen.
I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's the numbers. The July corn is 581 3/4, down 10.5. December corn is 506.5, down 8.5. July soybeans 1367 1/4, down 33.5. The November soybeans 1208 3/4, down 22.5. July wheat is 646 1/4, down 14.5, and December wheat 674 3/4, down 13 1/4. Crude oil is 70.90, down 21 cents. The heating oil is 235.70, down 2 cents. Gasoline is 246.65. That's down a half a penny, and it should say about 3.10 at the pump. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Natural gas is 2.59. That's up 5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3466 Canadian. That's even for the day. The dollar buys 136.66 yen. That's up 55 ticks. The euro's at 108.55, down 17 ticks. The dollar's at 102.63, up 20 ticks. Gold's at $2,003.60, down 19.10 an ounce. Silver's 23.76, down 41 cents. And platinum's at 10.6720, down $7.50.
You have a good one, Doug.
Yep, you too.
We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. How do all those prices on the Board of Trade correlate to what's going on at MAC? Well, Yeah, negative. It's not any better. Right now, the wheat at MAC and Breckenridge is down 18, 592 for the white, 558 for the red. The new crop down 9 at 684 for the white wheat, 619 for the red. Corn down a dime at 567. The new crop down 9 at 446. The soybeans down 30 at MAC and Breckenridge at 1370. New crop down 22 at 1149. The market report brought to you by Kryjak's House Family Restaurant. Great place to dine in for any special occasion, or if you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, and there's a lot of events coming up this summer, make the food distribution and serving, make it a lot easier. Just get a hold of Kryjak's House, 989-894-5531. Just tell them what you want. Stop by, pick it up on the day. And as we've said before, you will be a hero at your event. Kryjak's House, corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. And by Ed Raymond and Sons. Quality clothing in shoes and boots and accessories. We're talking Carhartt, Red Wing shoes and boots, and Stormy Cromer accessories. All available today at great pricing at 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. Ed Raymond's. For more information, just go to edraymond's.com. We're going to take a quick break, and then who's up?
We'll be talking with Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center right after this.
Planting is right around the corner. Did you remember to ask your seed dealer to apply Heads Up seed treatment? Heads Up is the best way to protect your beans against the onset of white mold throughout the growing season. It works by inducing disease resistance within the plant, and it's compatible with other seed treatments. Before it's too late, ask your seed dealer to apply Heads Up onto your soybeans today. Visit headsupst.com to learn more. That's headsupst.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They are a Dairyland seed dealer carrying the full line of corn and soybean seed designed to get you a better harvest. Right now, they've got a good in-season supply of Dairyland hybrids, especially the Enlist soybeans and the hybrid alfalfa. For more information, just get a hold of Justin Varner. He's the guy to talk to at Freeland Bean and Grain. Dairyland Seeds. Show me the yield. From your friends at Freeland Bean and Grain since 1983, we're serving you is their business. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jonathan, you want to work outside today?
For a little while until that wind shifts, I think so. Jerry, how are you doing?
Doing great. Hey, speaking of working outside, we've had a customer call in and we've heard it a little bit more. And at the risk of having a terrible pun, there's an uptick in the incidence of having ticks in our yard. So ticks are getting to be more and more of a problem in Michigan. Out east has been a problem much longer. But again, like a lot of things, they travel and they go. And ticks are not good because, like mosquitoes, they carry disease when they bite. So we want to stay away from them as best we can. Spraying your yard really isn't the ideal thing to do to eliminate ticks because they'll come back since ticks feed on us and feed on blood. Spraying the grass and other things with chemicals so when they don't eat them so that doesn't affect. So contact sprays have to be used, and contact sprays go away very quickly. So you almost have to spray very frequently, and it doesn't seem to work. So best thing to do is keep long sleeve tech shirts are great. They're cool. You can be outside and gardening with them. Just again, light gardening pants again can work. Stay covered up. That's the best thing you can do.
Good advice. Yeah, a lot of folks, especially with the taller grass, working in some of these areas, and we've had a lot of growth this spring. The ticks seem to be all out, especially with the weather as warm as what it has been, and no real cold winter. Doesn't seem to help much.
In the months of May, June, and July are the greatest months for ticks to be around. And, I just want to make clear, Terry, that tall grass does not mean mowing your grass at 4 inches. Tall grass is more like meadows or fields that have been unmowed and unmaintained. So when we talk about mowing your grass high for quality of turf,
we're not talking about that inch or so more of grass isn't going to create more tick issue.
All right. Jerry, thanks a lot. Good information. You have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir.
All righty. When we return, Craig Voorhees will be talking to us, and he's going to clue us in a little bit about the ATVs and the side-by-sides. You know, a lot of those are going to be out, if they aren't already, probably a Memorial Day weekend, which is coming up here in the not-too-distant future. Craig joins us, but first this.
It's been popping up in orchards and vineyards all over. Any origin theories, callers?
Oh, hey, yeah, it's Sevia fungicide from BASF, a category leader in disease control.
How do you explain these healthy crops?
Well, longer-lasting residual. Plus, it's built for current regulatory standards and prepared for what's to come, which improves crop marketing flexibility, so...
A fungicide that is out of this world? I knew it. Sevia fungicide from BASF. Or is it? Always read and follow label directions.
We got a lot of folks out there that really enjoy off-roading. Along with us right now, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, I've seen a lot of these vehicles out so far this spring.
Yeah, certainly, Terry. They're very popular for, as you mentioned, off-roading and trail riding. They're also one of the most used pieces of equipment on the farm. And that's where the confusion comes in a little bit. If you have your equipment covered by a lump sum number, otherwise called a blanket, the blanket does not extend to your ATV or your side-by-side. You have to put that on the policy separately in order to have coverage. And not everybody wants a full coverage on them, and that makes sense. But you definitely at least want liability for when you're trail riding or when you're running down the side of the road from farm to farm. You want the policy there in case something goes wrong and a lawsuit gets filed so that you're not paying out of pocket for that.
Cost-wise, is it really that expensive to insure these vehicles?
It's not terrible. I mean, again, it's based on what you pay for it. So whatever value you put on the machine will affect the price. So the higher the value, the higher the price. But you're not talking thousands of dollars like a car. You're talking maybe hundreds instead. So it's not super expensive in the insurance world.
And again, a lot of farmers do use those vehicles in one way, shape, or form when it comes to spraying in the fields.
Yes, a lot of them do have sprayers on the back of them. And again, they're going down the road from field to field or farm to farm. And again, you want that liability there so that not only your farm policy comes into play, but the umbrella also does if absolutely necessary.
Good information. Craig Voorhees, have a good one, okay?
We will, Terry. You too. Thank you.
Will do. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Steve Anderson, ready to go?
Yes, indeed. For a look at how the New York markets are doing, we say good morning to Steve Anderson from Baird & Company. Steve, good morning.
And good morning. Good morning. Good morning to Jonathan.
Just being efficient with your words there. Yes, I get
it. I am. Yeah, that's a new word.
Well, hopefully New York is better than what Chicago was.
I'm guessing probably not much, if any. It's mixed, though. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 208, putting it at 33,142. Volume is 287 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead, though, by 34, putting it at 12,399. Volume there is 341 million shares. Locally, more red than green. Caterpillar 209.29 down 199. Deere 364.51 down 570. CMS 59.74 down $1. Dow 51.32 down 94. DuPont 64.82 down 81. Corteva 57.35 down 55. GM 32.03 down 34. Trinzio 14.41 unchanged. Walmart 150.82 down 106. Huntington Bank 9.61 up a nickel. Independent Bank 16.11 up 13, and AT&T is down 32 at 16.63.
All right. You have a great day, Steve.
I will. You do the same, Terry.
Will do. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Jonathan, taking a look at that crop progress report, obviously there was plenty of planting going on corn, soybeans. What numbers have you got there?
Well, right now, number that's jumping out at me, and we've talked about it a couple times, is sugar beets planted 95% as of this last Sunday. That's way above the 5-year average of 84. But corn planted is at 31%, which is below our 5-year average, but only slightly. Soybeans planted right about average at 33%. Let's see here. Winter wheat jointing at 58%. That's about average for this time of year.
Right on average.
Doing pretty well.
Sugar beets emerged, according to this report, 60%.
Yeah.
And last week, only 30%. So we saw a big jump.
Good week for sugar beets.
A real good week. And the 5-year average is 42%. So that kind of gives you an idea just how far ahead we are. And we alluded to this as far as the soil moisture index. Topsoil moisture, there's only 5% of the land in Michigan that's rated short on the moisture, and subsoil moisture, less than 10% is rated in the short to very short. So we've had adequate moisture. It's just the soil temperatures. We're really trying to get those built up. As far as the fruit crop is concerned, the jury is still out. We're taking a look at a lot of them, and in particular the apples. It does appear as though minor damage in the north due to frost and freezes. On average, 1 flower out of a cluster of 5 was impacted there. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting your field from disease and environmental stress, there's Revitec fungicide. And there's everything else. When it comes to unparalleled power, there's Revitec. And everything else. And when it comes to speed and stamina, this is Revitec. This is everything else. Nothing else comes close to Revitec fungicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the premier